All right, now I have a lot to say about jobs and life, so I'll probably make more videos on this topic again, just like all the other ones. Let me know if y'all like this topic, but I'm going to see if I can take a crack at giving y'all general career/life advice or whatever. So, I don't know, it's hard to get a job. I applied to so many fucking jobs my senior year. I had like a big ass spreadsheet. I probably sent in applications for like 300 jobs and got interviews for like 20 or 10 of them, to be honest. It's fucking hard and it's soul crushing, to be honest. To get rejection letters, like literally every week I would get a rejection letter in my email. I would just get out of class and my phone would buzz and I'd be like, oh, email, I wonder what it is, expecting it to just be like a normal email from like a professor or something, and it's like from a company that's like, oh, thanks for applying, but get the fuck out of here. We never want to hear from you again. You're trash. You're garbage. You're never going to make it. Get the hell out of here. And that kind of sucks, you know. That is not a great feeling. So I just want to say, I don't know, if you're looking for a job and having a rough time, it's rough. You're not alone in feeling that way. Finding a job is honestly soul-crushing, especially getting rejections, which honestly, if you're looking for a job, you're going to get a lot of rejections. That's just sort of how it is. It kind of sucks, and it makes you feel like less human to just get rejected 10 times a day, but just know that, I don't know, just know you're more than like your job and your job application, and everyone's going through that same thing. You're not the only one experiencing that. And the job search, you know, it really commodifies you, you know, you're just whatever your value is to the company, which is like a weird way to think about yourself in terms of like dollar signs and like productivity amounts. So I don't know, the whole process is like sort of dehumanizing. So I'm just saying, if you feel dehumanized, realize you're a human with feelings, and like, yes, the process is taxing and stressful, but it's kind of designed to be that way, so it's not your fault if it feels that way, if that makes sense. And you are more than whoever stupid company rejects you. Like, you're gonna get a job, a good job too, so yeah, don't worry about it. Also, in this vein, I just want to say, brief digression, LinkedIn sucks. LinkedIn is the worst fucking social network. LinkedIn, it's literally designed to encourage people to be fake and posture and pretend they're better than they are. You know, there's so many posts that are like, oh my god, like, I just got fired, but I got this new job, guys, it's amazing. And like, it encourages people to be like fake vulnerable. I feel like they share like everything on LinkedIn. It's like calculated, planned, and like thought through 100% in terms of like, how can this help me professionally? So whenever you see like a vulnerable post on LinkedIn, just know the person posting that thought hard about how that was going to help them make more money, basically. So I don't know. I really don't like LinkedIn, especially because I don't really see the purpose of why LinkedIn exists. It's like a networking thing, I guess, but like, networking what? I feel like I don't know, it's like a professional social network, except it sucks. No one likes being on LinkedIn. I don't know, it's just bad all around, you know what I mean? And if I feel like another thing LinkedIn does is they're supposed to like replace your resume or whatever, but I feel like everything LinkedIn does, it can be better done literally just with like a resume. So fuck you, LinkedIn, you're trash. I guess you're not going away anytime soon, but you're trash. I just want you to know that, LinkedIn. Let's talk about how it is to look for a job. I feel like the number one thing sort of college students have to deal with is like whether to find a job that gives them money or happiness. And people are always like, get the job that makes you feel happy. You'll never have to work a day in your life. And people really look down on people who get jobs for money. But yeah, honestly, I feel like, obviously, I would encourage people to get the job that they like. and not the job just for money. But I feel like it comes from a very privileged position to be able to say, hey, take the job that you like and not the job that pays more money. Some people have like families to feed and like parents to help and grew up poor, and they don't have the luxury of perhaps chasing their dreams. I always feel like it's interesting when people say, oh, chase your dreams, do this, do that. I feel like that's like a very... Some people don't have that privilege to chase their dreams, you know. Some people have to take the job that pays more money, and hopefully they're put themselves, their children, in a better place where they can follow their dreams. I don't know, that's sort of a rant, but that being said, I feel like this is perhaps not the best thing to say, but I feel like the job you get when you're my age, 22, whatever, or even, 25, whatever, even 30, it doesn't really matter, because you're really early in your career, and you're going to have a lot of other jobs, and honestly, like, who cares what your first job on your resume is? No one cares about that. No one's gonna look at that. You'll find more jobs after. It's very unlikely that the first job you get out of college is the job you're gonna have for the rest of your life. So honestly, like, I feel like it doesn't matter that much. Just pick the job that like you feel you like, and maybe you'll learn something from it, and maybe it's interesting, and maybe if it makes you a lot of money and you want to do that, hey, make your money, bitch. Yeah, go you. Get that bag. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, hey, maybe don't stress so much about your first job. Things will be fine. They'll turn out fine. And also, I just want to say, hey, you are more than your job. I feel like a lot of times in our society, I don't know why this has been. I feel it at Stanford, like people really define themselves by their job. Like their entire identities are their job. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if that's how you want to define yourselves. But I feel like a lot of people, I know I struggle a lot with like defining myself solely by my job and whether or not I should have a life outside of that, because it seems like everyone is obsessed with their job. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like a Silicon Valley thing, but everyone in the Valley is like, oh, I'm working on my startup. I work 80 hours a week on my startup. I love my startup. That's all I think about. I eat, sleep, and dream my startup. And I'm like, is there something wrong with me if I'm not doing that? But I feel like there isn't, I feel like I want to be a human being. I want to be more than my job. I want to be more than just a commodity. You know what I mean? I want to be more than just the dollar values of my job. And again, I understand that some people get a lot of fulfillment from their job, and I'm not hating on anyone that does like eat, sleep, and dream their startup life and like really gets a lot of fulfillment out of doing their job. That's great for you, man. I'm happy that you found what fulfills you in life. But I feel like it's interesting when people, I don't know, a lot of times in the Valley, it'll be like, or, what am I trying to say? A lot of time I feel like people in the startup world say, hey, if you're not working this many hours per week, there's something wrong with you. You'll never be successful. And I feel like that happens on LinkedIn too, LinkedIn, and not just the tech industry. A lot of industries, they're like, if you're not working whatever, someone's going to catch up to you and take your job. And wow, you better work a lot. I feel like the world is so work-dominated nowadays, which is, I don't know, I never felt that way as a kid. You know what I mean? I was never my school work. I was never defined by my homework. I was never defined by the high school I went to. And now it feels weird that maybe it's a recent thing. Maybe it's always been this way. I'm only encountering it because now I'm an adult. But it's weird that like everyone's saying, everyone's feeling like this thing that we spend our days on. Yes, but I don't know. It's like we are more than this. We're more than accountants. We're more than lawyers. We are people, and I don't know. It's interesting. I do feel like I'm not the only person who feels this way. I'm sure there's lots of people. And I guess this all can be traced back to that work-life balance discussion thing. But I don't know. I think it's interesting, and I don't know what the best way to solve that is. Maybe just telling everyone, hey, take a chill pill. It'll be fine. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But I don't know. It's interesting to me that our society is very work dominated. I just want to, like, I went to do a tour of this company, and at the tour of this company, this woman was like, oh, something wasn't working on the system, so we just pulled 2 weeks without sleeping, without eating. We worked through Christmas, and we got the system up and running again in 2 weeks, because that's what the company needed. It's like, that's great if you wanted to do that, but I feel like that's like that type of tone, it leads to peer pressure. Maybe don't set that as the normal thing, because that's another thing. I feel like everyone's talking about working long hours and like really normalizing it and making it like you should be working long hours, you should be obsessed with your job. And I don't know, I feel like there's more to life than that. But that's my opinion. I just want to say also, like, I don't know, a lot of companies will preach, like I said, the whole company culture and we're a family and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, like, they would fire you in a heartbeat. Like, we can see it with, like, coronavirus now. People are firing people in a heartbeat. They are not a family when it comes to, like, cutting staff and saving money and laying off people. And it's, I don't know, it's the same thing in, like, professional basketball, you know? Like, they will trade players. They'll cut players. They'll even if the player has been with a team for, like, 10 years, they'll be like, yep, get the fuck out of here, Blake Griffin. You know, so I feel like the company, at the end of the day, they can talk all this stuff about we're a family, we're this, we're that, but know that, like, to the higher-ups who are determining whether or not you're employed or not, they probably don't care, and they will fire you if need be, as we can see with the coronavirus situation. As I said, if they really need to fire you, they will fire you. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, yes, the people you work with, be friendly with them. I'm not saying don't be nice to the people you work with, and maybe you can feel like you're a family with your immediate coworkers or whatever, but you're not a family member of the company, you know what I mean? You don't owe them shit. So if you want to quit your job or not work insane hours because you don't want to and it's not in your contract, but they're pushing you to because we're a family, like, you're not a family with, you know, Google or Facebook or whatever. They will fire you in a heartbeat if that's the correct decision, I feel like. Again, I never fucking worked at any of those companies, so I don't know, but that's what I feel like would happen. But yeah, I don't know. Let's sum up. Tech industry is very weird. Getting a job is very weird. Career's weird. But like I said, I don't know. In the end, I feel like this is my life motto. Like, things will work out because they have to, you know? Yes, things can feel like they're really big in the moment and, like, life-altering decisions, and I don't know what the fuck to do, and those are totally valid feelings to have, but I don't know, I feel like maybe not everyone watching this video is young, but I feel kind of young. I'm 22, you know, and if according to the YouTube statistics, a lot of you are within this age range as well. So I don't know. It's like, you're young. It's fine. You're gonna make mistakes, you know. Honestly, you're gonna make mistakes, and maybe you won't pick the right job. But it's fine to feel these stressed out things about career and whatever, and just know you're more than your job, and you're not alone in stressing out. I talked to some of my friends who have jobs now, and they all feel the same way, sort of. You know, it's hard to correctly identify where your career should fit in your life when you've never had a career before, you know, or had a job before that you work all the time. You know, this is my first real job, you know, or I don't know. I guess not this job, because it is a startup that I'm doing on my own, but I guess speaking more generally to you guys, any job you get, you'll figure out how to fit it into your life. You know, it's like the first time you went to school when you're 5 years old. You were like, hey, I can't just fucking sit and watch TV anymore. What the fuck is this school thing? But eventually you figured out where school fits in your life. So I feel like the career is just that, it's just figuring out where it fits into your life. A lot of my friends I talk to who are employed are, having that same sort of question, like what do I want out of a job, and how does it fit into my life? And that's a big question to ask, because you will probably be working if you want to have a roof over your head. But this is the time to figure it out, when you're young. Maybe, get a job that you like, that's interesting, and can help you answer those questions, maybe, that can see, hey, is this a job I'd like to have for the rest of my life? Can I learn something from this job that will help me grow personally, help me in my next job, whatever, Or maybe I love this job and I do this job for the next 50 years. Who knows? But my viewers who are very young, according to YouTube analytics, it's fine. Pick a job. You'll be fine, We live, or according to YouTube statistics, a lot of us live in America too, and we'll be fine in America if, we don't all die of coronavirus. But that's neither here nor there. Thanks everyone for watching. This was another episode of Minecraft Therapy, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this type of video. Leave a like, leave a comment about the last time you cried after a job interview, and feel free to subscribe for more content. Stay safe. Stay safe. I said stay safe twice. Stay safe. Stay sane. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.